Welcome. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Info Media Reacts. I want to get into this one right now. And I also want to thank everybody for supporting the program. Thank you. Subscribe, like, and share the videos. Thank you. The other video I did about hip hop and Lord Jamal calling out everyone to come to a cipher. That video's been doing well. But let's get into this situation right here. As you can see on the screen, we have a younger picture of Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather. And Floyd has not said a word about this situation with one Ryan Garcia, his racism, his anti-black sentiments. Yes, he said things about Muslims, but he doubled down when it came to using the N-word as it related to black people. Let's give you a sample right here, because I spare no expense at coming down on someone like him. But Floyd has said nothing about this man whatsoever. And I'm got a got you moment for Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather not too long ago was on Shannon Sharpe's podcast, Shay, and they were getting into a back and forth about who are the best boxers in history. And Floyd Mayweather had his list, and believe it or not, he didn't have Muhammad Ali on that list. Whoa, he didn't have Sugar Ray Robinson on that list, who Muhammad Ali looked up to. I thought that was crazy, but like he said, it was his opinion, it was his list for whatever the reasons are. But the one thing that Floyd Mayweather made clear during that podcast interview is that he looked up to Muhammad Ali for the stance that he took. He said that Muhammad Ali did what he was supposed to do for the era that he lived in, fighting against racism, white supremacy, and taking a stance that he would not go to Vietnam War because no Viet Cong had ever called him an N-word. And so Floyd, I'm saying to myself, okay, Floyd's talking good. He's sounding good. Does this mean he'll stand up when the real shit happens? So on the one hand, he said in that interview that if he was living in those days, he would have did the same thing, stand up. Yet he has been radio silent on the issue of Ryan Garcia, has said nothing. And when he was asked to give an opinion about it, he was like, no, I don't want to talk about it. No, let's not go there. I want to promote my fighters. I get it, Floyd. You want to promote your fighters. That's the name of the game. Make money, promote fighters, promote boxers, promote boxing events so that you can get a bag. I get it. You want the money, you want the bag. But you just said on Shannon Sharpe's program that you would do the same thing that Ali did in his time, that you would stand up. Everybody, I want you to hear this for yourself. And as a reminder to everyone, these are the words that came out of Ryan Garcia's mouth as he's trying to do damage control, as he's put out a so-called apology, which is half-hearted. I'm going to read some of the stuff that was put out on his Instagram or Twitter or whatever the hell we call it. But let me just give you a small taste of what this man said, and Floyd has said nothing about it. I'm going to show you the contradiction, folks. Check this out.
I hate niggas. I'm anti-black.
Boom. There it is. Ryan Garcia made it very clear that he was anti-black, that he does not like black people. He made it very clear. There's no ifs, buts, or getting around it. Here we go again.
I hate niggas. I'm anti-black.
He's anti-black. This is what he said. Now, let's go to Floyd Mayweather when he was on Shannon Sharpe's program, and he admitted that Ali is to be respected as a pioneer for what he did beyond boxing in his time, and that he would do the same thing. Check this out. Check this out, everybody. This is your Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather, y'all. Check this out.
George Foreman.
I want to say this.
Okay.
Ali will always be a pioneer because of what he stood for. You know,
Okay. For what he stood for. Let's continue.
In that era.
Okay.
What he stood for.
Now he's emphasizing that era, but then says when he lived, if he would have lived in that era, he would have stood up. You judge a man by what he says, not by what he says. You judge a man by his actions. Okay? You judge a tree by the fruit that it bears, and you judge a man, a woman, a human, not by what they say, but what they do in the moment. And Floyd has said nothing when he was even asked. I got the videos for you, y'all. Let's continue.
And I commend him for that. And I would have done the same thing if I was in that era.
Now, Floyd Mayweather says that he would have done the same thing if he had been in that era. But yet when he was asked by a boxing, I think there's a YouTube channel, the interviewer asked him a question as it relates to Ryan Garcia's racism, and Mayweather didn't have anything to say. He was radio silent, shushed him down. I don't know. Mayweather has a relationship with Ryan Garcia. He has some type of relationship, but even if there was a relationship, you should still call your boy out for his racism. But yet you get on this podcast with Shannon Sharpe and you say that you would be doing all of this stuff if you were living back in Ali's day. You judge a man by the actions, not his words.
Okay.
And I commend him for that. And I would have done the same thing if I was in that era. He done what he's supposed to do in that era.
So Mayweather, what are you supposed to do when you have someone in boxing espousing racism? And I've got a video of you being interviewed where you admitted that there's racism in boxing. And yet when an issue comes about, you hush. You want to shush it all down and say, well, I don't want to get into the negative.
Tell the truth.
What is getting into the negative by simply giving a statement against racism? I'm going to show y'all that. Check this out some more.
Whereas I think in that era still, we were more, we would stick together. We would stick together because you will see Muhammad Ali.
Boom. Let me stop it right there. Floyd Mayweather says very clearly that back in the day, during Ali's time, Kareem, Jim Brown, Bill Russell, all the things that all the black athletes went through in those days, that we were more together during those days. Why can't we be together now? When you were asked a question about Ryan Garcia's racism, you hushed it down because you were focused on promoting your boxers. I get it. But it wouldn't have hurt for you to at least say racism has no place in our society and definitely no place in boxing.
Tell the truth.
Now you know that's a damn truth.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Tell the truth.
But let's go on, Mayweather.
As I think in that era still, we were more, we would stick together. We would stick together because you will see Muhammad Ali with Wilt Chamberlain.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And you know, and
You remember the summit that they had in '67 with Ali was
Wilt Chamberlain, Jim Brown.
Right.
it was Kareem. It was Kareem, Bill.
Right. He doesn't even know. Oh my God, y'all. Shannon Sharpe's trying to correct him on who the people were that were there. But you can clearly see that Floyd Mayweather understands that there was something that happened, even if he doesn't know all the players involved, but he knew some of the players involved that were standing up against racism, prejudice, as Muhammad Ali. Remember, Muhammad Ali was stripped of his heavyweight belts and was not allowed to box. If I'm not mistaken, he got removed out of boxing for what was it, 2 years? Maybe 3? The bottom line is black athletes, black people, as he said, we were more together. But then the question is, if you recognize that we were more together, Mayweather, why is it that you could not stand up when you have a man, Ryan Garcia, who you clearly, I guess, are cool with? Why couldn't you at least stand up and say something about it when at one other point in time, you made a statement about racism being in boxing? And let's play that for you all here, folks. This is Info Media Reacts. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And let's get at it right now. Here we go.
You know, a lot of times people send me these stories about, you know, what the media write about. And I mean, yeah, do racism go on within the sport of boxing? Absolutely.
Now, at that point, Mayweather had no problem with expressing the fact that boxing has an issue with racism. He says that people send him all sort of articles, all sort of messages about stuff that's happening. And he clearly says that he actually says that it exists. But in this video, he doesn't say anything about how we as a people, particularly black people and people in society, need to stand up against it. He just simply says, yeah, there's racism absolutely in boxing. So he recognizes it, but at the same time was not willing to express any thoughts about Ryan Garcia's racism. I find this very interesting. Let's play this back a little bit.
Do racism go on within the sport of boxing? Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's what Mayweather has to say about it. I mean, it's crazy. That's what he had to say. He admits it at that point in time, but he said that he would be like Muhammad Ali in his time. He not only talked about racism, but he did something about it. He spoke very well, very strong, very powerful about the anti-black sentiments in this country. He would go on shows and speak about it. He would go to schools and speak about it. He actually would do something about it. He would try to galvanize people under unity, particularly black people. He paid a heavy price. Floyd Mayweather is admitting that there's racism in boxing, but does not show you any deeds behind what he's saying, meaning what is he doing, right? The first step that he should be doing is he definitely should be calling Ryan Garcia out. But when he had a chance to step up and do so, he did not stand up to the bell. He did not, as they say in boxing, when you get knocked down, you need to get up before the bell rings. And in this case, Mayweather dropped the ball on this one and did not get up from the canvas before the bell ringed on him. Let me let you hear what he had to say about the Ryan Garcia situation when he was asked a very honest question about it, and he really didn't have much to say other than, I don't want any negativity. Check this out, everybody.
This is important, Floyd. Just asking in contrast to how, you know, Ryan had a big 4th of July week himself. I don't know if you got a chance to see how his Twitter feed was going.
Oh, no. You're not going to get me involved in that.
Boom. Floyd Mayweather clearly says, no. You're not going to get me involved in that. I'm going to tell the truth on this one.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Didn't Floyd Mayweather say when he was interviewed by Shannon Sharp on his podcast that if he was living in those days of racism, the Jim Crow, that he would do what he had to do to stand up, and that black people were more together? Now you have a situation in which you have this guy right here, Ryan Garcia, who has these sentiments again.
Yeah, let's join the kook.
Let's pull that back and play that again. Here we go.
I hate niggas. I'm anti-black.
Anti-black, he says. I hate the
That's
end,
not my thing.
and I'm anti-black.
I want here to stay positive.
Now, he's saying how he wants to stay positive. I get it. Your goal is to promote your boxer. But what it would have, let me say, how can I say this, everybody? It would not have hurt or harmed Floyd Mayweather to at least have an opinion, to at least say two things, as I said earlier before, that racism has no part in our society and racism has no place in boxing as well as our society. He could have at least said that, and that would have not hurt the fact that he was trying to promote. It would have not gotten in the way of him promoting his fighters, promoting the event. It wouldn't have hurt the shine on that. but to at least acknowledge something when you got on Shannon Sharp's podcast and said that back in those days of Ali and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and all the great fight and Jim Brown, that black people were more together. Why can't you be together, Floyd Mayweather? Why can't we be together on this issue in the year 2024 in the 21st century? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And people show you who they really are when they don't back up their words with full action. Let's go back to this right now. Check this out.
But if he was going,
Oh, no. You're not gonna get me involved in that. That's not my thing. I'm here to talk about Camille. I'm here to stay positive, talk about Camille, what my fighters do, and about me helping my fighters, and me being positive, talking about family, I'm here with promotions.
So you can see Floyd is self-promoting his boxers and his brand, and he has every right to do that. But I want to say this again, and I want you to leave honest comments in the comment section of this video. Do you think that Floyd Mayweather, at least acknowledging the racism of Ryan Garcia, we already know his father has some anti-black sentiments because we've all seen video footage. I put that on the other video that I did about Ryan Garcia on this channel, so check that video out about Ryan Garcia's N-word and his racism, where you have his father, you calling a black man, I think Haney's father, calling him a nappy head and saying that's what you are. That's his father who said those things. That's Henry Garcia. And as they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But in this instance, give me comments. Let me know. Shouldn't someone as prominent as Floyd Mayweather, shouldn't he have said something, at least that it doesn't have any place in society, any place in our game of boxing? Come on, man. Come on, you gotta be.
What my fighters do, and about me helping my fighters, and me being positive, talking about family, I'm here with promotions, and that's what I'm here to talk about. Something negative, I don't have nothing to do with it.
So something negative, he doesn't want nothing to do with it, doesn't speak out. So you have a man who's using an N-word. You're a black man, and that's your statement?
this is important, Floyd. Just asking in contrast to how, Ryan had a big 4th of July week himself. I don't know if you got a chance to see how his Twitter feed was going.
Oh, no. You're not gonna get me involved in that. That's not my thing. I'm here to talk about Camille. I'm here to stay positive, talk about Camille, what my fighters do, and about me helping my fighters.
Wow, everybody, wow.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I'm gonna tell the truth. Once again, folks, you really can't depend on these celebrity athletes, celebrity actors and entertainers. They simply want to promote what they're doing to make a bag off of you and me. They want you to go to their movies, their live event. They want you to support their boxers. In the case of Floyd Mayweather, support his boxers, support his brand, pay the expensive tickets to watch his fighters fight. These entertainers, these athletes, these celebrities, they don't really stick their necks out for a damn thing. We don't have a Muhammad Ali anymore or a Jim Brown, even though I didn't like the fact that Jim Brown was sort of dancing around Trump. But we don't have the Muhammad Alis anymore. These athletes today, these celebrities today, they don't really stand for anything other than me. I themselves. Make sure you put your money in their pockets. I find it very it just shows you the sign of the times that we're living in.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Another area that I want to go into is this situation with De La Hoya. Now, on my last video, I talked about how I felt that De La Hoya was doing damage control. De La Hoya kept talking about that he needs to do more research about Ryan. He made statements that Ryan may be on some kind of drugs, some shrooms. He has a drinking problem. Even Ryan Garcia's family has come out and say he needs to go to therapy. He's got a serious drinking problem and what have you. And what I noticed is that someone like De La Hoya never wanted to at least lay on the fact that, you know what, maybe Ryan is just also racist. Yeah, he's got a drinking problem. Maybe he's got a substance problem. And then maybe he can be easily goaded on by people that he's around, the wrong type of company, but never really wanted to lay on his sword for Ryan Garcia as it relates to the fact that this man has some racism in him. You don't say those words unless you got those words from somewhere and you really believe it in a passion. And as I said in the other video, when you drink or use drugs, sometimes drinking can be a truth serum for how you really feel in the self-conscious and the unconscious mind, y'all.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
So when you got a man who is saying these types of things like this,
I hate niggas. I'm anti-black.
he hates the N-words and he's anti-black, then you have someone like someone like De La Hoya. What did De La Hoya say about Ryan Garcia's racism comments? However, promoter Oscar De La Hoya defended Garcia. The former world champion stated that the boxer is dealing with issues and that's something that has to be investigated. No, we know what the issues are. He got suspended by the WBC for the racial statements, the saying the Ku Klux Klan, that he wants to be a member of the Ku Klux Klan, and disrespectful statements about people that are Muslim, and peppering the N-word over and over again. That's what happened. I don't know what De La Hoya is trying to investigate. It's all out there in the facts. It says right here on the article, down De La Hoya, what did he say about racism? He said that De La Hoya said that Ryan is not a racist. He doesn't see it in his heart. Let me just give you a quick clip of this reminder about that. Here we go.
I know Ryan. Ryan is not a racist guy. He's just not. I know him. He's not. He's just.
Do you believe what De La Hoya is saying? What kind of smoke he's blowing up our behinds? I know Ryan. He's not a racist. And by the way, let me shout out the Fight Hub TV. This is a clip from their channel, Fight Hub TV. This is fair use, the purpose of news reporting and critical analysis, parody, and what have you. But let's hear some more of this.
He's not that. You know, now when he fucking is around people and he's taking fucking who knows what, and he's drunk and this and that, and people.
So on the one hand, he's not racist, but when he's drinking and taking substances and he's around people, somehow the racism comes out. Sir, now listen to me, De La Hoya, and everybody out there, listen to me, please. If you're not a racist person and you don't have a racist bone in your body and you don't believe in those sort of things, even if you're around people, even if you are drinking, even if you are maybe using substances, the character and the deep core of who you are, you're still not going to use those words because that's not who you really are. And it's not words that you use, that you're accustomed to using. And it's not words or thoughts that are in your mind in the deep core of your self-conscious. So what De La Hoya doesn't seem to understand, Oscar, what you don't understand is that the very thing that you said he isn't is what he was in the deep core, because that if he was not that, it would have never come out under those circumstances. You see, once again, we got to go back to it.
A racist guy. He's just not. I know him. He's not. He's just. He's not that.
No, De La Hoya, you do not know this man like you think you do. This is why you are shocked as everyone else, and you're saying, "Oh, I know him. He would not." No, he would. Just like Floyd Mayweather doesn't seem to want to speak the truth to power about this individual. This is what Ryan Garcia put this out, y'all. Okay. This went out in Twitter Spaces, I believe, or went out into the Instagram Spaces. And I don't believe a word of what he's saying because I had the displeasure of listening to him in the spaces talking about blaming everyone else. Supposed to be apologizing to black people, but he's blaming everyone for not being concerned about him. It's all a blame game. Check this out. Let's read this, everybody. Let's read this. This is from Ryan Garcia that he put out. Let me get this straight. I actually support black communities. I have taken racism from Tim Bradley calling me a zoo animal on ESPN. Yeah, well, you should have called him out. You should have filed maybe a suit against him. You should have held ESPN accountable. You should have made more noise about it. Okay, I don't think anybody should be calling anybody a zoo animal. I'll be honest about that. Now, Ryan Garcia goes on to say this, and turn the other cheek. So he's saying that everybody wants him to turn the other cheek, but I'm racist because everyone was just drunk and saying shit people say all the time, including black men. So here he is supposed to be giving black people an apology, but at the same time, he's playing the deflection game. He's playing the blame game. He's trying to make himself the victim of the very thing that he projected out there himself. Goes on to say this: if you get triggered by a word, that means you are too sensitive. So we're too sensitive by, look, there's cultural issues. We know that in some community, in the black community, there's the N-word is used without the hard ER as a term of endearment. Now, I don't agree with it personally. I don't like to use the word, but when someone of another culture uses the word, it takes a different tone and different attitude, and that's just the facts. So he wants to go here and say, if you get triggered by a word, that means you are too sensitive. God knows my heart and how I would protect black children till the day I die. But remember, in those videos or those space audios, Ryan Garcia was caught saying that accusing black people of eating children, and that we were despicable, that we were the horrors of society. This is what he said out of his mouth, but he gives this half-hearted apology with lots of blame everyone else and make himself the victim. Says here, God knows my heart and how I would protect all men. And please, man, please. He says this: I was speaking against black on black crime. How about Ryan Garcia? How about you speak on Latino crime? Because the last time I checked, people who live in close proximity to each other do harm on each other. White people tend to harm white people. Latinos, Hispanic, or Spanish-speaking people tend to do harm on Spanish-speaking people, and black people do harm on black people, and Asians on Asians, and so on and so forth, when you live in close proximity to where people live. So while he's worried about black on black crime, why don't you be worried about also the crime that your people engage in on each other? Okay? So you have gangs, you have all sorts of things. Nobody is clean of their wrongdoing, but it's just funny how he deflects from himself and tries to project it on other people. Now, let's go on to say this. This is his words, not my words. They took everything out of context. This is Ryan Garcia, crybaby Ryan Garcia. Okay? Okay, crybaby. He says this, including the Muslim part. I spoke against pedos activities in every religion and how I don't stand for it. That's great. That's great. But guess you didn't, but you said what you said, but you didn't execute it properly. You didn't say it respectfully. You just didn't know what the hell you were talking about. And then this was also dropped in the spaces this is off of his Instagram, his social media. It's called King Ryan. I grew up, here comes another blame. Now he wants to blame the environment. Let's blame it, take the onus away from himself, because he says here, I grew up in a neighborhood where everyone said that word. That's now I'm abolishing it from my vocabulary. He's just now abolishing it from his vocabulary, folks. Crazy. I support many black men in black communities. I'm not mad at the outrage. Look at the arrogance and the narcissistic personality here that Ryan speaks, that he's not mad at the outrage. I sincerely apologize if I hurt and offended anyone, but my pain, here we go, goes all the way back to himself, a true narcissist. But my pain deserves to be felt. Black and brown have always been united. No, we haven't. There has not been, that I can remember, there's never been a black and brown coalition.
Tell the truth.
I don't know where he gets this from. I've heard people say this many times, but I'm sorry. I'm going to have to tell the truth. There is no black and brown coalition. I don't know where he gets that from. Now, he goes on to say this, and it will always be that way. What way? There's never been a black and brown coalition, man. He says this as well. I'm just a shade lighter than you. Now he's trying to somehow compare himself to black people and ingratiate himself with us because he's a lighter shade than us. But I love you and I love black children to the point I'll blink, blink black children. I was actually speaking against black on black. Oh man, stop it, stop it, stop it.
Tell the truth.
Stop it. Woo, boy, 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 boy. Ladies and gentlemen, what a world we live in these streets and these YouTube streets and these streets around the world. What a world that we live in. Do me the big favor and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification if you want more videos like this, and share this video on all your social media. I want to say thank you for watching the video. I want to say make sure you comment and subscribe to this video, to this channel, should I say, everybody, because I appreciate you so very much for watching. And share this video on all your social media, your community tab, everybody that's been watching the videos and bringing the volume of these videos up through the algorithms, through the views that you're giving it. Continue, because I appreciate that. Let me know in the comment section, what are your thoughts about Floyd Mayweather? What does it say about his character? What does it say about Ryan Garcia's character? Of course, I talked about his father. His father needs to be held accountable as well, because this is a young man that he has raised. And should black people forgive Ryan Garcia? I'm not saying I'm forgiving him. I'm just asking that question because we do have a history as black people of being very forgiving when a lot of people are not forgiving of us. So ask yourself that question. And wow, this is some crazy stuff here. I'll be back with more videos like this. And we're going to keep this reaction channel popping. We're going to try to get the numbers up. And everybody, I want to say take care. Peace. Peace.